Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you like these watches and you like these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd be able to send my best to your inbox on a daily basis. If you enjoy the watches, well, you can own them. On our website, thewatchbox.com, buy, trade, and sell luxury watches 24 hours a day on thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a do-it-all at a value price point that really gives up nothing in specification and features. This is the Oris Aquis Date in stainless steel with a gorgeous metallic blue dial. The watch wears easy on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist in spite of the fact that it's a 43. Now 43 is oversized, and normally this watch might be a rough fit on a wrist as small as mine. But though 43, it's nice and compact lug-to-lug at 50 millimeters. You'll also note the lugs are short, stubby, and sharply downturned. I've always said for a smaller male wrist, which I define as about 14 to 16.5 centimeters circumference, you want a watch that's 50 millimeters lug-to-lug or fewer, and this one certainly is that. It also helps that the lugs are as stubby as they are, as it wears more like a cushion case than a conventional round watch with extended lugs. In terms of thickness, well, frankly, it isn't. A Submariner is 12.6, this is 12.8, so anywhere you can wear a Rolex Submariner, and with anything that can accompany a Rolex Submariner, you can wear this Oris Aquis. The case back is relatively regular in its shape. It's got a little bit of a dished profile, and it settles comfortably with no hot spots or pressure points on the wrist. It uses a proprietary profile for this natural vulcanized rubber strap, and it's a sharp look as it has a fully integrated aesthetic with no daylight showing between strap and case. You will have to use an Oris strap, but that's a small price to pay for superb aesthetics and ergonomics. You'll also note that the strap is fixed in place with screws. You'll see this on a Royal Oak offshore. Omega and Rolex, no, they use spring bars. This is how it should be done. Bravo, Oris. The strap is wonderfully supple and soft. It smells like vanilla. It's natural vulcanized latex, top grade stuff with a little bit of a hollow on the underside to allow the wrist to breathe on a hot day. And of course the clasp, because Oris doesn't skimp, is more than you might expect for an entry-level diver. Double finished, you can see satin and polish, an upscale feature. Internally, a little bit of perlage and satin finish, and a minderless system that tucks excess strap length underneath the body of the clasp for a clean look when it's closed. You'll note the absence of minder loops. It's very sharp, thoughtfully designed, ergonomically excellent, and pursuant to the dive mission. Although it is a strap, as you can see, that can be cut, there is also a micro adjustment should you wish to extend or retract length, perhaps as activity expands or contracts the wrist, or perhaps to throw the watch over a dive suit, your choice. Twin trigger deployment means that this is not friction fit or clamshell closure. This is upscale. The case is simple but handsome. As you can see, sharp character lines, creases, and curves combine along with polished accents on a satin finished base. Linear satin finish about the case flanks. You'll note that the polished lug hoods as well as the lip of the bezel are handsome but not overwhelming accents. Oris correctly recognizes that a watch this big works better with a matte or satin finish. The bezel allows you to line up the luminescent index with the minute hand. Now you have an impromptu 0 to 60 minute timer, which I find is the best chronograph ever made. I rarely time anything longer than 60 minutes, and it's just easier to look at a dive bezel than it is to look at a chronograph register. Be honest, what's easier to read at a glance? This or the minute register of this? I think I've made my point. So not only is it a functional dive bezel for all of your timing needs, but it is a ceramic insert within that dive bezel, meaning it has scratch and scuff resistance that for practical purposes is roughly equivalent to the sapphire crystal. This is not a diver with an anodized bezel insert that's going to wind up looking like a beat-up New York City taxi cab. Inboard, all applied indices on the dial, not a printed dial. That's an impressive measure that definitely punches above the price class of this watch. Nothing about this watch feels or looks adjusted to hit a price, and yet the watch is remarkably priced. Look, balance about the dial, and an extraordinary dial at that. Let's get a little bit closer. I want you to see just how rich this blue metallic is. It's dynamic, it reacts to light, it's textured, it's toned, it even has depth to it that's uncommon on metallic dials. Gloss dials tend to have depth, Metallic dials tend to have a shimmering luster. This has both. There will be a loom shot, so stay tuned. When you thread the crown out, pull the crown to extremity. Now you hack or stop the movement so you can synchronize to a reference time, and there is a quick set function for the date should you find that intermediate position. But should you require a quick set function, you can rapidly cycle the date. Should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month, the crown guards are, and there you can really see the rich blue of this dial. It shows to good advantage from that angle. A fascinating screw-fixed crown guard structure with proprietary screws. It's anything but a default design, and that's a trend that echoes throughout the design and execution of this watch. Inside, Sellita SW200. It is a Sellita 2824, so if you're familiar with the ETA 2824, the patents and copyrights have all expired. Anyone can make a 2824, and that's what you have right here. You can see the twin reversing wheels, bidirectional winding, as all basic ETA movements save the 7750R, 28,800 vibrations per hour, 38-hour power reserve, both the hacking and the quick set functions that I showed you, and 300-meter water resistance, so this one is good to go. Not the most comely of calipers, but tough, and that's exactly what you want in a dive watch. This one puts it all together. High-spec features for an entry-level price. This one beats up on the competition from the likes of Tudor and Tag Heuer. It would be my choice from among that company. See it and make it yours on our website. And we're back with the Oris Aquis Date. As you can see, just as beautifully blue by night as it is by day. See it with boxes, papers, and accessories on our website.